welcome to the Final Cut. I am your host, Mark the Movie Man, and today I've got a big surprise, another independent film to review for you. I love the independent cinema, and this one is a familiar name behind it. Director Scott Schirmer gives us the story in Harvest Lake about 5 friends who get together to celebrate one of the friends' birthday. But little do they know that the forest and lake that they're celebrating this birthday at has a very sexual, otherworldly force that has taken it over. And soon that force creeps its way into them and begins to take them over and works at changing their lives forever. Scott Schirmer, who disturbed us and made our jaws drop with Found, has once again made my jaw drop, but for a different reason. This is a highly sexualized, charged story, okay? So first off, if you are uncomfortable with full frontal nudity of both male and females, the first opening scenes may turn you off to this movie. I didn't mind them, and what happens to them gets you interested with the rest of the story, okay? It is a very unusual story. It's kind of hard to summarize. So let me start off by just saying that the production value of this film is high, just like with Found. Hollywood quality. Scott Schirmer spares no expense as far as trying to execute a film within his budget. They're working in the one location, which helps, but just the quality of the film and the audio and everything about this movie really feels high quality, and none of that is distracting at all. What could be distracting is all the sexual tension, sexual scenes going on, but what I found interesting is the way he handles these scenes as well. We don't get actually, outside of the opening and end, the bookends, do we get the nudity in the middle? We don't get as much as you might expect that the story leads us to believe, and that's done through creative camera angles and use of editing and such, which this film is edited very well. It's very well paced. I enjoyed it. It clips along nicely. It's only 78 minutes long to begin with, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. It gets its idea across if you can totally grasp everything that's going on, because he does not spoon feed you and explain everything. Thank you very much. It leaves you a lot to talk about at the end of the film. Now, what got me into this film is just alone this cast that he assembled. It's no wonder this film was executed so well. He's got Jason Crow, who we've reviewed in The Hospital and in Easter Casket. He's in here. Ellie Church, a very talented actress. She plays Jennifer. She was in Headless, and she is also in The Girl Who Plays with the Dead. We get the talented Tristan Risk in here as well, playing Kat. We get Dan Nye and Kevin Roach, also talented actors in here. This whole chemistry between this group felt very natural. You could tell they felt comfortable in front of the screen because they're all experienced independent film actors, and that really helps sell these scenes that we get. Now, there's practical effects in here as well that are creepy and bizarre, and that are going to spark off things in your imagination going, is that looking what it's supposed to look like? Everything, though, it has kind of a sexualized theme to it, okay? So again, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, you may not enjoy this film so much. I loved it specifically for the David Lynchian sexually charged story that we have in here. It did feel David Lynch. There's some bizarre things that happen, especially as things move on in the story, that you're like, wait, what's going on? What? That is a creepy looking thing on screen. Great practical effects, no CGI here, thank God. Thank you very much for that, Scott. And the ending will definitely have you talking if you have friends sitting and watching with you, though you may be a little bit uncomfortable with some of the scenes that are in there, but you're supposed to. What I also love is nothing felt exploitive in this film. Even the way the music was, the way the material was handled, never once did it feel like it was complete exploitation. It just felt like those elements that were in there, the sexual parts of it, were part of the story and played an important part in the plot, actually, and handled very well. And again, Scott Schirmer, I think, has another winner on his hands. I can't wait to see what this guy can direct next, because his first 2 films that I've seen of his, I have loved, and I've become a big fan of his. So check it out, Harvest Lake. I'll put a link down below. Make sure you catch it when, hopefully, this gets distribution. Otherwise, it's going to hit the festival scene as well. Worth your time for an unusual, interesting, independent film that's a classic example of a story that is not held back by any ratings, MPAA or otherwise. It is someone who wants to tell a story and is not afraid to get a little hot about it. And that'll about do it for us here on The Final Cut. We're so close to 1,000 subs. Please tell your friends and have your friends tell their friends and subscribe to our channel. Love to hear your thoughts. If you do see Harvest Lake, it's a very enjoyable indie film. Make sure you check out all our other reviews. We've got the spoiler room, so many things going on. Stay tuned. Thank you for your support. And as always, keep that ticket stub.